Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson football channel. For 6 things that we learn, again, it's another massive win. Chelsea 4, Sheffield United 1. Chelsea move into the top 4 within 2 points of the Premier League leaders. Of course, Liverpool have still got to play. Leicester have still got to play. But with an international break coming up, Chelsea end this little period of not just Premier League, but Champions League football as well. We end it with another bang, and it is another massive video today. If you're not yet subscribed to GBFC, I'd love to ask you to do so. We've got an international break now, but it doesn't mean the content's going to stop. Going to be doing a couple of collabs, going to be making a few videos about what we've seen so far this season, about how Chelsea can build and grow from what has been an incredible run of form. We're going to start off with box number 1, and it's a blue box today, which if you're new to this series, the blue box is the man of the match performance. And again, Hakim Ziyech, this man, I don't know what kind of superlatives I want to use, but there's terms like wizard, genius, he's a master. With that left foot, the ball at his feet, he's an absolute genius. There were moments yesterday, and I don't think I got off of my seat as much as I did yesterday, since Eden Hazard left the football club. You know, that man got us off of our seats all of the time. If Stamford Bridge was full yesterday, Hakim Ziyech would have got a standing ovation. His performance was absolutely brilliant. The assist for Thiago Silva, the cross for Ben Chilwell, I'm sat here with just a constant grin on my face, struggling to get my words out, because when I see a player like this get us excited, he's got the ability to change a game, to offer Chelsea so much. Hakim Ziyech was brilliant yesterday. It wasn't just the crossing, it was the bits of skill, the arrogance, confidence within his interviews, where it's like, did you know you were going to be this good when you joined? And he's just got this smile on his face as if to say of course, I knew I was going to be this good. Hakim Ziyech, the Moroccan wizard, taking the Premier League by storm. He was absolutely brilliant yesterday. He got the Chelsea man of the match, the Premier League man of the match as well. 2 assists to his name. It was brilliant from Hakim Ziyech. He made Sheffield United look like relegation fodder, which at the moment is what they are. Chelsea get a bit of redemption for that humiliating defeat that we had last season against Sheffield United. We finally beat them in the Premier League, and Hakim Ziyech was the best player on the pitch. Now, box number 2, I've given it to Thiago Silva again. Since this man has come into the Chelsea team, it just made me think, imagine if we'd have had Thiago Silva when he was 30 years old. He's 36 years old. When he's on the field, he still looks as though he's late 20s, maybe even just about 30. The guy is just different gravy. You know, when he's got the ball at his feet, the first thing he's looking to do is make a line-splitting pass, get the ball forward. Yesterday we saw again, not only a commanding centre-back performance. If we bring up the Sheffield United goal, it was actually a really well-worked goal. And if it was anyone's fault, it probably would have been Kante's little jerk out and then, it gave a load of space. But I don't want to blame Kante for that. It was a good goal from Sheffield United. Not too much Chelsea could have done better in individual positional moments defensively. It was a good goal, and it was still very early in the game. We need to probably switch on a bit more, be a bit more alert to those kind of moments where you're expecting the ball to come in and then it doesn't, and then we've got to deal with those moments. But Thiago Silva again, absolutely brilliant. The header was classic, lovely ball in again from Hakim Ziyech, that man in box number 1, flicks it on, goalkeeper can't really do anything about it, goes into the bottom corner. It was a commanding leader's performance again. He was the captain. You see him walking out of the tunnel. It looks right, right now, Azpilicueta, Reece James is playing so well. The Chelsea defence is looking so good. So Jorginho wasn't starting. Thiago Silva, where's the armband? Everything is going well. I put up on Twitter yesterday that Chelsea are coming for the Premier League title. I said that a few weeks ago before we even started turning around this form. And of course, I stand by that now. I think the momentum that we're building, the way we're still defending, the way we're going forward, it's all coming together at the perfect time when the season's still early. We're getting wins under our belt. We've scored the most goals right now in the Premier League. We've got the strongest goal difference. Defensively, we look brilliant. Thiago Silva, what's going on here? One of the lights has just come off. We're just going to keep rolling. Thiago Silva was excellent, and he makes up box number 2. Box number 3, again, it's another one of the new signings. The new signings yesterday were absolutely incredible. Ben Chilwell He gets the goal off of his knee. Again, it's one of those where the cross in from Ziyech was just so flipping perfect and sublime that Chilwell, all he needed to do was just get his body on it, you know. He could have just walked up and just, well, he did. He pretty much just knees the ball in the back of the net. We saw it many times with Ashley Cole in a Chelsea shirt where the ball would be played over the top or it was a through ball from John Terry. Ashley Cole makes that diagonal run into the box to finish it off. Chilwell is everything we've wanted from a left back. Defensively, he's solid. Going forward, he's solid. He can run back, he's not very slow, and he just seems to love Chelsea. You know, he came out yesterday after the game saying what he's doing right now, playing for Chelsea Football Club in this left back position with the teammates that he's got under Frank Lampard as a manager, it's a dream. And when you hear players saying this kind of thing and the vocabulary they use in their interviews, there's no better feeling. You know, connecting to these players and seeing how much they're enjoying playing together. I think Chilwell has had a brilliant start to the season. At the moment, I'd say he's a contender for Player of the Year in the left-back role. If we're talking about building the Premier League team of the season, he's got a couple of goals to his name now. He's got assists as well. Chilwell has been absolutely fantastic. And we move into box number 4, and it is another green box for Tammy Abraham, who has had a brilliant week for Chelsea, scoring at Stamford Bridge against Rennes in the Champions League. And last night, he opened the scoring for us with the equaliser. At first, when I saw the goal, I thought he kind of scuffed it and got lucky, but then the more I watched it back, the more I saw the replays, you realise that it's a very smart finish from Tammy. He actually makes a very good connection with the ball, hits it into the ground, giving the goalkeeper and defender near the post no chance to actually block it or make a save. And it was a great time for Chelsea to score. The more that the game went on at 1-0, we've seen at times where Chelsea are playing slow football and the build-up's not very fast and there isn't players like Ziyech trying to make those runs. And it was a very smart run from Hakim Ziyech when Kovacic got into the position near the byline. Ziyech's run made a load of space. Kovacic cuts it back and it's a beautiful finish in the end from Tammy Abraham. And I mentioned it after the game against Rennes. I think Tammy's been aware this season that obviously the Pulisic injury has kind of helped him to get into the starting 11 with Werner being, you know, capable of doing that job on the left wing. Tammy knows that he's got to add a lot more elements to his game in order to be in contention to start. What I think I've seen personally from Tammy is that he's learned a lot from someone like Olivier Giroud, where he knows that sometimes his footwork is pretty good, but he's got to do more when the balls are brought into him up high on his chest or on his head, and his hold-up play needed to get better. We've seen that from Tammy. He's looking very good with the players making the runs off of the striker. Tammy Abraham seems to have not only added this to his game, but it becomes another option for dynamism for Chelsea going forward. In the past, we've been very predictable, and I think the main reason why now we're scoring so many goals is because not only are there goal scorers all over the pitch, we had 2 defenders on the score sheet again yesterday, you got midfielders getting goals, you've got strikers getting goals, Werner, Tammy again. When this happens, Chelsea are breeding confidence within one another right now. You see it with the celebrations. Whenever anyone scores, it seems like the whole team celebrates together. There is a real togetherness right now within this Chelsea squad. Everyone seems to be getting on off the field. It's a shame that there's now lockdown, there's obviously internationals. Chelsea are quite kind of lucky because they've got a lot of players playing for the same countries. You've obviously got Werner, Havertz, Rudiger for Germany. You've got all the English players as well. I don't think Havertz is going to be playing because of COVID. But again, when I bring it all back to, you know, Chelsea's goal scorers coming from all over the pitch, that was without 2 of our, I would say, more prominent attackers. No Havertz, no Christian Pulisic. We score 4 goals. Again, it's a brilliant feeling. If you're enjoying this video, be sure to hit the like button. If you're excited for the international break to be over to see Chelsea play football again away at Newcastle United, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. But without any further ado, we move into box numero 5. And box number 5, I'm giving it again to Timo Werner. He wants to be playing as a striker. He knows that in a Chelsea team where positions are going to be very competitive, he's got to be able to offer something in numerous positions along the front line. For the second time in a week, we see Timo Werner starting on the left wing. Probably not where he really wants to be playing, but as with any striker, what you want from your striker is to score goals. If he's having a quiet game or if it's not looking like it's his best performance and he's looking a little bit agitated, scoring a goal for the striker is always the perfect way to answer any of his own personal critics within his mind. If he's like, I'm not playing in my favoured position. I want to be playing as the striker. Things aren't going my way. But Timo Werner, even though I didn't think it was his best game yesterday, again, he gets his name on the score sheet, completes the scoring for Chelsea. And if you look at the record for Werner so far, it's 11 games, 7 goals, 3 assists. That's nearly a goal contribution in every game that he's playing for Chelsea. You add on to that, Christian Pulisic being out injured, Havertz being COVID, you know, Tammy Abraham scoring goals, Ziyech creating goals left, right and centre. It's so exciting. This Chelsea team, we can literally go out game by game and I'm not going to necessarily say we expect to score 4 goals every single match, but we're creating so many chances. The goals are coming from all over the pitch. And I bring it back to momentum. I bring it back to confidence. The more these players play together, the better they're going to be. The more combinations we're going to see. The more intricate little passes around the box that opposition defences aren't going to know how to defend against it. Timo Werner gets box number 5. And box number 6, again, it could have been a number of players yesterday for Chelsea. I could have made it more of a general one. But Reece James, again, incredibly impressed with Reece James's performance. I've bigged up the likes of Thiago Silva, Zuma, Azpilicueta's influence as being a big role model within this Chelsea dressing room. Reece James has really upped his game this season. I seem to repeat this after every time I see Reece play and I give him a green box. Last year, there were moments where we saw his brilliance going forwards, but then, you know, similar to Trent Alexander-Arnold of Liverpool, you question the defensive capabilities sometimes. However, now, this Chelsea defence across the board, you know, Silva's in the greens, Chilwell's in the greens, Zuma was good again yesterday. Reece James has elevated his game, and I think it's not only about the level of players that are playing around him and maybe the confidence that having a strong back line brings to all of them individually to raise their quality, but Reece's quality, it is so flipping good. On that right-hand side, with him and Ziyech whipping in the balls, I just can't wait for the next game. I think the one thing that I saw from this was Chelsea play exciting football. There is quality with final balls all over the pitch. There are defensive qualities all over the pitch. The balance is finally there. And game by game, with this 4-3-3 formation, we're improving everywhere. I mean, the last couple of videos, there's not been a single yellow box, let alone a red one. So, you know, as a Chelsea fan right now, I'm feeling very good about where we're going. Over the course of the next 10 days or so, I'm going to be making a lot more videos talking about maybe some formations that we might see. I'm sure there's going to be some gossip and news coming out over the next couple of weeks during the internationals. We're going to take a look at our Chelsea players during this international break as well. And yeah, I think it's onwards and upwards for Frank Lampard's Chelsea. Because of the draws at the beginning of the season, obviously by the end of this weekend, we might still look 5 or so points off the top. But the way that we're moving, the confidence that we're playing with, this international break cannot end soon enough. But anyway, thank you guys for watching today, 6 things that we've learned. And because I didn't upload this yesterday, it was super late last night by the time the game ended, so I ended up just going to bed. Because I missed yesterday, I'm going to be giving away a Chelsea kit of your choice to somebody who comments with all 6 things that you learnt in the comments down below. So leave your 6 things in the comments, and then at the bottom of your comment, say whether you want the home kit, the away kit, or the third kit. As like, it's not a punishment, it's more of just like a way for me to be more consistent with the videos and you guys get something that isn't a video if I don't upload. So everyone's a winner. Anyway, I'm only going to pick one person though, so technically not everyone's a winner. You know what I mean. But thank you guys for watching. I love you all, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Come on, you Blues.